Hello, hello. Welcome. I got some in my teeth. Welcome, everybody. My name is Austin Hamilton, also known as the Porn Coach, the coach of porn. Here to talk about porn or your life, however you want to look at it. So, the question of the night, as usual, the conversation starter, as we might call it, is, is porn cheating? Well, how could porn be cheating, you say? Well, stick around. Stick around for the chat. You might be pleasantly surprised, or not. So, with that, yes it is, says Lisa. Not if you watch it together, says Thirsty Al. Give me a like if you guys like my content, or a follow, whatever they're called. And if you don't like my content, would you follow me anyways? Maybe you can come back and argue with me or the people in the comments sometime. If you want to come on and chat, share your opinion. You can debate, you can share your opinion, you can share your story on maybe if you've struggled with porn. Maybe you can share if you don't struggle with porn and you're like, hey, I love porn. Or maybe you're a woman, you've been betrayed by somebody who watches porn, or maybe has had an affair or committed adultery. Or maybe you're a woman and you're like, yeah, I love porn. Porn's so great. I'm here for it all. Have you gotten any more turkey gifts? It's the gift that keeps on giving. I have not. But maybe I will tonight. So, with that, who's going to be first? What's up, Dark Mark? Trina getting that screenshot. Who wants to give me turkey? Somebody give me turkey right now. Let's just get it out of the way. I'm ready. Put the turkey right there, right on my face. I dare you. I dare you. I is thinking of someone else cheating. What do you think? Let's ask your partner that. If you're thinking of doing the sex with somebody else, how would your partner feel about that? I have a request for people. Particularly, this is for my regulars. I would like 13 people to go subscribe to me on YouTube. Will you do that if you don't already? If you go to the link in my bio, it's linked in my bio. youtube.com/@porncoach, PXRN coach. I'm at 487. I want to get to 500. That would be just peachy. All right, we got 8 people now waiting in line to share about the question, is porn cheating? Let's start with Poseidon. Poseidon. Hey there, what's going on, man?
What's good?
What's up?
What's up, dude? I was just scrolling through TikTok and I saw this, man.
All right, is porn cheating?
Dude, this is tricky. I do think porn is very addicting. I do think it's a big addiction that people have. But I do think it's cheating.
Okay.
Just because you know what, dude? I don't know, man. That's kind of a tricky question, to be honest.
All right, you're all over the place. You're all over the place. It's not a trick question. Where are you at with it? What do you think? First of all, are you in a relationship?
I'm not. No, currently no.
Okay.
You're sitting there on your bed and you're watching other women and other men have sex, right? So visually you're looking at it, but you're not actually doing anything. So considering cheating as in like you're cheating with your spouse with another person, physically you're not. You're just watching something. So I think therefore,
Is your eggplant in your hand while you're watching it?
yes.
Maybe masturbating?
Yeah.
All right, so you're getting sexual gratification by using other people on a screen who aren't your partner.
Yeah.
Would you say that that's... And then he left. Okay. All right. We'll give him a little cheer. Okay. All right. Is porn cheating? Again, if a couple people would subscribe to me on YouTube, I'd really appreciate it. I want to get to 500. The link's in my bio on my link tree. Make it real easy. If you go on there, hit that subscribe button. If not, whatever, that's fine. All right. Jimbo the Flying Elephant.
What's up, brother?
What a name. What's up, man?
It's after Dumbo the flying elephant, but we won't
Okay.
get into it.
All right.
But
Is
anyway,
porn cheating?
no, hell no.
Okay.
I mean, I can end this discussion in 2 seconds.
Great.
No.
End it.
It's
Okay.
not.
Okay.
I mean,
Tell me more.
Well, I mean, what exactly? Like, I mean, it's. Do I agree with all of it? No, but like at the same token, it's like, no, that's not cheating.
Okay. Are you in a relationship?
It's complicated.
It's not a trick question.
No, I mean it's complicated. I would say no, not a committed relationship. No.
You would say no. What would she say? Or he, assuming it's a she. But
Yeah. I mean, it's a she.
Okay.
But it's complicated.
Well, why is it complicated?
It's complicated because it's our relationship. But what I'm saying about porn is it's like, dude, you're watching porn, all right? Like, I'm guessing, like, let me ask you this. Do you have any favorite porn stars?
No.
So you have no favorite porn. You grew up. How old are you?
39. How old are you?
I'm 38.
Okay.
I'm about to turn 39. And so you grew up in the 90s, in the 2000s, without a favorite porn star.
Is that a question?
Yeah, I'm asking you. You grew
Well,
up.
you asked if I have a favorite porn star. The answer is no. I don't watch porn.
You
Did I
don't
watch porn in the 90s and 2000s? Yes.
Okay. And what was your favorite porn star?
I'm not gonna name them. Here's the
It's
question.
personal, isn't it? It's
Well,
personal.
I have no problem saying it, but it doesn't add value to the
No, I mean,
conversation.
listen. I understand that.
Yeah.
But that's the same thing with me. Like, it's like if you ask me my favorite porn star, I'd be like, well, that's kind of fucking personal.
Right.
Like,
Right. Well, okay. So your relationship is, you can't even name whether you're in a relationship or not. Right. How much porn do you watch? How often? How many times a week or a month do you watch porn?
I mean, honestly, I'll be honest. Like, not. I mean, I'm 38 years old now. I'm not 16. Let's put it that way. Like, I'm not sitting here looking at it constantly. Like, I mean, I browse every once in a while. That's about it. I'm not somebody who's like deep
Every day,
into it.
once a week.
Every day. No, hell no.
So how often?
Like, probably, if I'm being honest and I'm being truthful about this, I would say I look at it probably. I would say probably every like 3 weeks. I'm not somebody who's like deep into it.
Okay. So
Now, when I was
once
16,
every
when I
3
was
weeks or so.
16 years old, I was looking up Playboy pictures of Anna Nicole Smith and shit. Like, but I'm not 16 anymore.
Okay.
You
So
get what I'm saying?
yeah, I got you. So you're not in a relationship, but it's complicated. So you might be kind of, I don't know. It's hard to determine. Does
I mean,
does
you
your
could say that, but
yeah, does your partner or not partner, whatever the person is, what's up, Joey? Does your partner know that you watch pornography?
yeah, we watch it together.
You watch it together. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Why do you think it's hard for you to define whether you're in a relationship or not? Why is it so complicated?
Because, like, I mean, for me, it's like I mean, this is something that's like it's a little personal, but I mean, it's because I don't want to commit yet to her.
Why is that?
Because I don't know. I don't know. And if I knew that, I would pay you $100,000.
Well, you can pay me to coach you and I'll help you figure that out. We'll probably figure it out in like one session.
Well, I've tried it.
In fact, I'll give you a money back guarantee. I charge $250 a session. If we can find the answer to that question, I'll keep the money. If we can't, I'll give you your money back. Are you up for that?
Deal.
Okay. Go to link in my bio, schedule a discovery call or a one-on-one coaching session with me. There's a link in there that says, if I've told you to schedule this call, use this link. Okay. Schedule a session with me. And the question again is what that we're going to try to get clear on.
What are you, a psychologist or something?
I'm a coach.
Or a therapist?
Yeah.
A coach. Are you like a Tim Walz coach, or are you like a actual coach?
A Tim Walz coach? What does that mean?
He's like, well, I'm just a knucklehead. I don't know. Like,
I'm going to say I don't know what you mean by that question, but
yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. It's all right. It's all right.
We'll just say if we chat, I think we could have a good conversation. So if you wanted to, man, honestly, do it.
You seem like a nice dude. I mean, I wouldn't want to bring my stuff onto you.
Try it, man. I do this all day long. Trust me, I've heard everything. If you get value from it, you can pay me. If not, I'll give you your money back.
Honestly, I want to hear anybody else. Like, is porn cheating? Like,
Yeah.
I want to hear somebody that's like, yes. Like,
Yeah.
yes, it is cheating.
All right. Well, we're just getting started. I've only been on for 10 minutes, so I'm going to kick you off here. Hang around.
All right. I'm
Enjoy the
going to
chat.
be listening, and I want to
Yeah.
hear somebody be like, yes, it is cheating.
Yeah.
I want to hear
All right,
it.
man. All right. Sounds good. Nice chatting with you, man. Okay. This is going to be a fun night. I can tell. I can tell. All right. So we've had 2 dudes up so far. Hey there. How's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. Is porn cheating?
I believe it is, yes.
Okay. Why is that?
Well, I just don't think it's okay to go outside a relationship for sexual gratification, and I don't think, especially if it's not okay with your partner, and especially if you're doing it secretively, to me, there's a lot of deception, and I would say absolutely yes.
Okay. Have you had an experience in a relationship with a partner who watched porn?
Yeah, that's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. So I broke up with my boyfriend last year because I found out he was looking at pornography. And, I just told him, okay, I just need us to talk about it. But every time we tried to talk about it, he would get very mad at me. And he eventually told me, I will literally talk to you about anything except that. And I didn't know what to do except leave because, I just didn't feel safe in the relationship. Anyway, he has since come back and it's been about a year now, and he just said, I have this app I'm using, and that's done. You're all I need. You're all I should need, and I just need you to trust me, and I just not really sure what to do.
All right. Do you trust him?
No.
Okay. What are you wanting to do?
I want to know how to fix this, because I do love him. He refuses to go to counseling because it's too embarrassing to talk about. And I guess I want to believe him when he says that he has an app and he is planning on moving to get back connected to his church. And, so I do want to believe him. I guess it's hard for me to wrap my head around all of it right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is totally valid, right? Especially with what you discovered. It can be hard to trust. So are you guys, would you say you're in a relationship right now, or you're kind of just questioning what you do here?
We haven't, I guess, quote unquote, defined the relationship. We've been talking and going on dates for about a week. So I guess that's where we're at right now.
Mm-hmm. Got it. How long has he been struggling with pornography?
I didn't ask him that. The last time we talked about it, when we broke up, I tried to really gently approach it and just asked him, little things, not details about what he's looking at, but just when you are tempted, what would you do instead? And, that's when he just got triggered and blew up. And he just did not want to answer anything else. And so, I don't know anything any more than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like a shame response to me, right? It's too hard to talk about, so fight or flight. I'm gonna flight, right?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of questions for you to ask, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of things for you to explore. What are you wanting to happen with him?
Ideally, if I could wave my magic wand, I would love us to go to counseling together. I would love us to talk about this in depth. And, I just need to know, okay, I want to know details about the app. What kind of app is it? How often was he watching? And was the last time? I have so many questions I want to ask him, but I'm afraid that he is just going to blow up at me again.
Mm-hmm. Have you asked him to go to counseling with you?
Not recently, but when we were together a year ago, I did ask him that, and he said no.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm not talking to a therapist. I'm not doing that.
Can I offer you something from my experience?
Please.
The odds of somebody recovering or healing from porn addiction, or even, I'll just say prolonged porn use, without some sort of intentional outside help. I phrase that vaguely, right? It could be a therapist, could be a counselor, could be a coach. Some sort of intentional program is basically zero. Within 6 months, relapse is almost 100% if there's no help. So I would say your intuition is right. You're wanting to do some sort of therapy or counseling. But oftentimes people are adverse to that for many reasons. But at least one is it's going to bring up a lot of stuff that they'll have to then confront. Well, I guess they don't have to, but, come to terms with and deal with it.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense, though. It's you really can't heal from any addiction without any type of intervention, without any outside help, and I do understand that. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I can ask you a million more questions. I appreciate you sharing.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
Yeah. Do you anything else you want to share?
I guess I really don't know what to do from here because I do want to keep talking to him, but like I don't really know how to move on from here. Like, do I just cut him off cold turkey, or do I just give him an ultimatum? Or
Well, boundaries is a word that comes to mind, right? And even just requesting what you're wanting from him. Like if you were to define, think about it this way, define what you're wanting in a relationship. Do you want to be with somebody who's using porn or not? I'm assuming the answer is no, right? Is that fair?
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're wanting to be in a relationship with somebody who isn't using porn, if he's using porn, he doesn't want to work on it. Okay, well, what do you do with that, right? So if you're really wanting to pursue this relationship, does he want to work on it? Just get really clear.
I mean, he might just say, well, I have an app, and I don't know much. I don't really know what that means, but
Well,
I don't know if that
like an
counts as
accountability app,
I didn't
or a
ask him
blocker,
that.
porn blocker. Yeah,
That's
probably
what
like
I'm
an
guessing.
accountability app or a porn blocker app. Those are useful tools. However, they're very limited. It's a limited tool. It's not the end game. My opinion on accountability apps is they're designed to buy time so that healing may occur. But an accountability app by itself isn't the answer. In many cases, it gives a false sense of protection if there's no other work that's being done. It's like, oh, no, I got this app. Now I'm going to, how old is he, roughly?
37.
37. Okay, so given his age, roughly there's probably 20 to 25 years of porn use there. And you think installing an app is going to fix that and make it go away forever? That's like
Yeah,
an
probably.
alcoholic saying, I put a lock on the mini fridge in the garage. Okay, well, what about all the other fridges in your house?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really minimal and like
Yeah,
minimal way of intervening.
yeah. So again, I would encourage you, what is it that you're wanting out of a relationship, this relationship? What is he wanting, and what's required for you guys to live into that?
Okay,
And
yeah, that's fair.
yeah, and by the way, porn is one issue, right?
Right.
Like you
Yeah.
presumably want a lot more than just a guy who doesn't watch porn,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Porn can kind of be in some cases like a distraction from what else is really going on.
Right. So yeah, I think that's fair. Just ask him, okay, what do you want in the relationship? What do I want? And can we find a common ground somewhere?
Yeah, yeah, and if therapy is part of that or some sort of counseling, then great, let's do that. And it doesn't mean that he's a bad person. It's like, well, there's some things we want to work on together.
Yeah.
Let me can I try something with you just to appease this person in the comments?
Absolutely.
Okay. Blonde Trees wants me to say, run. Is that helpful? Is that helpful for you?
For me, I mean, I don't think I can just go up and run. I mean, I think it's important to communicate, at least. But
Yeah, thank you. To that person, it's not helpful, bro. It's not helpful at all. Okay? Thank you for appeasing that.
oh, geez. Well, I guess my last question is like, I have a good feeling that he's going to refuse therapy because he told me, like, when we started talking again, it's just an embarrassing thing to talk about. And I guess I don't know what other interventions there are besides therapy, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men dealing with porn or sex addiction or other unwanted sexual behavior, as well as women dealing with betrayal trauma. So there are other methodologies out there. A lot of people are adverse to the traditional therapy model. Not that there's anything wrong
Yeah.
with it, though there's things to be desired in every modality, right?
Right.
So again, there are other resources out there. There's a couple books I recommend. One is called Unwanted by Jay Stringer. Very good book, especially for somebody who may not be ready or willing to open up and talk about it with other people. But here's the thing, if I was talking to somebody like that, I would say, look, statistically, like roughly 9 out of 10 guys struggle in some capacity with pornography, and roughly
wow.
2/3 have some sort of addiction to it.
Oh, geez.
Those terms are very broad, right? But okay, so you're not alone in this, man. You just think that you're alone and nobody else struggles with this. So, I mean, that's part of breaking down the shame is that here's the thing with shame is shame festers in the darkness, but it can't stand being spoken to the light. So once you get that shame out there, once you name the shame, now you can do something with it and it loses its power.
Yeah, I've heard that before, actually.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I would encourage you, focus on you and what you're needing, right? Don't
Yeah.
lose sight of him and what may be needed for him, but you can lose yourself for years trying to get somebody to do something. At the end of the day, you can't ever get anybody to do something.
No, I can't change him. I can only change myself.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
All right, bye-bye. All right. Is porn cheating? Is porn cheating? Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. What's going on?
Not a lot. I'm kind of wondering what's your definition of cheating?
Going against agreed upon rules. In the context of relationship, that would be the whatever you guys decide governs the relationship.
Okay.
What's your
So,
definition of cheating?
someone being with another person?
Okay.
Yeah.
When those people have agreed to not be with another person?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess there's people like that, huh?
Yeah, polygamy. It's totally fine
Yeah.
to be with other people. Yeah.
Yeah. So in those terms, what you just said, then yes, for sure. If the
Okay.
other partner doesn't want it, which my partner doesn't,
Your partner doesn't want what?
me to look at it.
Okay. Do you watch, and do you do it anyways?
Yes.
Jay, stop spamming or I'm going to ban you. Okay. Why do you do that?
It's an addiction.
Okay. All right. Do you want something to be different?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want to be different?
I guess to have control.
Of?
Of, so I'm not addicted.
Yeah, okay. So self-control. Thanks for sharing that, man. When did that start for you?
Well, I won't dive too deep into it, but I had something traumatic happen when I was a child. I'll just leave it at that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, go ahead.
But yeah, it's, I've seen people in the comments. It's definitely an addiction for sure. It's nothing to mess around with.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that, man. So, here's the thing is not always, but oftentimes when something like that happens, if I'm reading between the lines, that can really set you up for a lot of beliefs about yourself, about other people, about who you trust, who you don't trust. There's just a lot of messages that you learn. and that can be ingrained in you and manifests itself in lots of different ways as you go through life, and you find yourself doing things. You're like, why am I doing this? Can often be rooted in that childhood trauma.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
But it almost makes you. Now, I'm not speaking for everyone. I'm just speaking from my perspective. Almost kind of psychopath, little psychopathy, because you can treat your partners as an object, you know, and it's not a real deep connection like it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, that's what pornography is. It's the objectification of other people for our sexual pleasure.
definitely.
How often do you find yourself turning to porn?
So, it's kind of weird because when I try to stop, a couple times a week, when I don't think about it, as far as stopping, then I can go for like 3 weeks. You know, so
Yeah. Well, it's interesting.
so I tried the
Yeah, go ahead.
like, because I grew up real religious, and what would happen was I'd pray about it, this sin, right, and then I'd end up doing it, and I just kept spiraling down further and further in guilt, where it was almost like a pit I couldn't get out of.
Yeah.
So I kind of had to step away from that side of it because it was just too damaging.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever worked through that trauma, like with a therapist or anything? Or
So what's weird is I went to a therapist one time, and they told me to tell your life story, basically, so they can kind of get an aim at you. And I was about halfway through, and the person started crying like real bad, the therapist. So I just got up and was like, well, fuck, I guess there ain't no help for me, and walked out, dude. So,
oh my gosh. Wow. That sucks, man. I'm sorry you experienced that. How old were you when you did that, when you were trying to get help?
I was in my early 20s.
Okay. How old are you now?
I'm 35.
Okay. How old were you when whatever happened?
I was, I think, 7.
Okay.
But something else happened, but I don't remember it. Like, you know, a lot of trauma sometimes takes the good memories, not just the bad ones, you know, where you forget. So there's a lot of things I don't remember.
Yeah, we can
From like
suppress
underneath 5.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a book called The
Yeah.
Body Keeps the Score. Talks about how trauma gets somatized into our body. Our body never forgets these things.
Yeah, and our body reacts before we even notice it. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I'll get off here. I was just, you know, based on those parameters that you kind of define, I would say if, you know, the partner doesn't want it, then it definitely would be cheating. It's not something I'm proud of, though.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, man, is I would just like to say there is hope for you. Okay. Like whatever happened, the story, and you were with a therapist who couldn't handle it with you. That sucks. You don't have to carry this around the way you are anymore. And one of the ways it's manifesting right now is pornography addiction and betraying your spouse. It doesn't have to be like that, man. Okay, 2 things I'd like to offer you is 1, read this book, Unwanted by Jay Stringer. All right. It will help you put language to what you're going through and maybe see a path out. And second, man, I'd love to chat with you. If you want to schedule a call with me, go to the link in my bio. It's $25 for a 30-minute call. I can't promise I won't cry. I might cry, but it'll be
You say 25 bucks?
$25 for a 30-minute call. Yeah. But empathy and compassion, man. I can hold the space for you, man.
I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah. And look, man, I'd love to chat just because I know what it's like to be alone in a space where you feel like nobody can handle it, and unpacking trauma really sucks, but it's needed, man. So if you're interested in that, man, go to the link, schedule a call. I'd love to chat.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll hit you up, man. Thanks, brother.
All right, man. Sounds good. Thanks for sharing, man.
Yep.
What a guy. Thanks for sharing, Daryl. Yep, that's a man right there. All right, I wish I could just randomly accept people, but the names like jump around all the time, so I can't even see who I'm accepting most of the time. Big Al. Big Al. Hey there, what's going on? Big Al? Maybe it's Bye Gal. Bye Gal? Maybe it's Big AI. Everyone's doing AI now. Nope. Big Al's not there. Okay. Okay, let's give a little clap for Daryl. Hello. Hello, Mr. Jams Official. Hello. Amazing to see social media connecting and healing people. Isn't it great? Isn't it great? Okay, Candace, no dice. Boom. D Hui 7. What's your opinion on if it's cheating? Stick around, you might find out. I think if you're in a committed monogamous relationship with another person and you've said something like, I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul, till death do us part. I think if you go against that agreement or commitment that you made, whether it's with a person on a screen or otherwise, I think that's cheating. What do you think? Thank you for doing this as a beginner therapist. It's helpful to hear your skilled counsel. Thank you. Thank you. Hey there, what's going on?
Not a lot. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. What's up?
So I just want to speak a little bit on this as well. I've been following you here for about the last 7 weeks. When I found out about my fiance's porn addiction. And something that I haven't really seen talked about is the escalation process that can happen. Where it might start with the porn and then it goes to the paid subscriptions and then prostitution, all sorts of stuff like that. So I was just wondering if we could talk about that and also recovery time. That's something I haven't been able to find a lot of information on either. He's doing everything he needs to be doing. He's in therapy. He's willingly switched to a flip phone. I didn't ask for that. He's communicating with me now about his feelings and urges, like all of that kind of stuff, but just kind of don't know, what to expect from here on out.
Yeah. Okay. I'll get to the escalation question in just a second. Is he in community? Does he have people in his life who are supporting him through this that are not you or his therapist?
Yes.
Okay. Great.
Yep,
What does that look like?
Everyone's been pretty supportive. He's talked to our whole friend group. He's talked to his mom about it. He's got the support for sure.
Okay. Cool. So he has people who know what's going on. He's working through it. Good. Porn use always escalates. Okay, and the brain science behind that is that when our brain gets so used to the dopamine hits that we're getting from porn or whatever it is we started with, we now have to escalate into something else to keep it interesting. All right, now escalation can be something as simple or trivial as the frequency, right? So, again, I would argue that every prolonged porn use is an example of an escalation, right? I saw it one time, now I watch it once a month, now I watch it once a week, now I watch it once a day, now I watch it 5 times a day, or over a period of time that can happen. That's an example of an escalation. Another example of an escalation can be where you're watching it. So it's like, oh, I don't want to do it at home now because I might get caught by my roommate or my parents or my wife or whatever. So now I'm going to do it at work. Or now I'm going to do it in the bathroom when I'm shopping. I'm going to do it in my car, right? That's another example of an escalation. It can be whom you're doing it with, right? If you're bringing your partner into it, that can be an example of an escalation. Now doesn't always escalate into physical cheating or something like prostitution, but it does. Okay, that's another example of an escalation. So the bar needs to keep getting higher. The type of content you watch can be an escalation. So it could be normal porn, whatever that is. Think vanilla. Next thing you know, you're watching, multiple people involved. You're watching all these crazy types of scenes depicted. You're watching same sex. You're watching all sorts of escalations that maybe you don't fit your arousal template, and there you are. So porn use always escalates. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. And let me caveat that if it goes unchecked, right? So if you're doing something about it, then, we would see that it wouldn't escalate. Timeline, the brain science suggests it's a 2 to 5 year process to rewire the brain back to, quote, normal after a porn or sex addiction. In my experience, both personally as well as working with other men, it's about right. 2 to 5 years. You got to get your brain kind of firing on all cylinders again.
Does that account for the use of like EMDR therapy to help with that rewiring?
I would say that would be included in that rewiring. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, and again, now there can be like exponential growth in that process, right? Like, for somebody who's really committed, you're going to see like exponential growth in the first few months, and then 6 months, a year, right? You're going to continue seeing progress. But the way I like to put it is when you're into the years, how far is he into recovery?
7 weeks.
7 weeks. Okay. You are super fresh. All right.
Yeah, super fresh.
Sorry, you did say that before. Yeah. Okay. Let me just take a deep breath with you on that. Okay. It's a long process. All right. It's a long process. And it sounds like he's doing the right things. I would generally agree with what you said. However, some of the literature I read, it's like, don't pat yourself on the back until you're at least 6 months away from this, right? Not you, him, right?
Right.
I mean, I'll celebrate every day of success, obviously, but like when you're at or approaching 6 months, it's like, okay, now we're really making some headway on this thing. So that's the good news. Bad news, the 2 to 5 years. The bad news is it's 2 to 5 years. The good news is it's possible. And I would assert to you that what you can have in relationship, if you guys heal through this together, can be way better than you ever thought it would be or could be, because of the intimacy that can be built through this journey, as nuanced as that may sound. I'm talking a lot more than I normally do. Is this helpful?
It is helpful. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. What other questions do you
have? Do you have any advice for me on how to help support him through this? And because I almost feel like I'm momming him right now, which I'm not trying to do, but also, I've got my concerns and I've got my worries with this, of course. I just don't know what is helpful and what could be more damaging in this situation.
Yeah, good question. Well, what are you doing to navigate through the betrayal that you've experienced?
I myself am starting EMDR therapy. I've already done it once and found success with it. And I, of course, have my own people that I can lean on and talk to about it. But I do find myself kind of focusing on his stuff more currently.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I would recommend reading this book, The Betrayal Bind. Have you heard of it?
I have not.
Okay. Buy it and read it immediately. That'll really help. And how long have you guys been together?
4.5 years.
Okay. And then you just discovered this 7 weeks ago?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So there's a lot there. Yeah, the whole like mommying him. One of the ways Michelle Mays talks about that is called declawing the tiger. It's like, I got to start controlling. I got to start doing all these things to make sure that he can't hurt me again, to make sure he's on the right path. And there's a lot of things that she talks about in the book that we think are helpful, but they're actually not. Because your life can't be about managing this for him. Mm-hmm. Right? So you're asking the right question. I just love these comments. Be real, dude. You need to advise these women to get out of the relationship. Cheryl, that's not helpful. Okay? Just throwing that out there. Sorry. I would recommend, I'll tell you about my groups. I know you said you guys you have people around you. Having an intentional community focused on this, like I have a group for women who are going through betrayal. I have a group for men going through unwanted sexual behavior. I know you said you have people, he has people, great. I'm not trying to sell you on anything, though we'd love to have you. Having people is great, and having an intentional community to walk through this where you can be with other people who are at different parts of the journey is extremely helpful. So that's one thing I would recommend, again, whether that's my community or not. See if you can find something like that. Are you his accountability partner on the apps?
What apps?
Or I'm sorry, I thought you said he got a flip phone. That's
yeah,
right.
He got a flip phone. Yeah.
Okay. What ways do you think you can be supportive of him?
I genuinely don't know if there's anything more that I can be doing. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not missing something, I guess.
Yeah.
We've started having more in-depth conversations about it. I've encouraged him to keep a journal to keep track of urges and, what might have been going through his head at that time, that kind of thing. I've helped get him set up. He's a veteran. I'm helping him get back set up with the VA so that he can attend therapy. He was doing BetterHelp, but that was not extremely helpful. I don't know. I'm just trying to be there for him. And
Yeah. So all that's great. And he's got to want to do all of that on his own. And I'm not suggesting that you not supporting him isn't helpful. It clearly is, right? But the question is, what will he continue doing if you're not there pushing him?
Right.
What's up, D? So really the question is, who wants this more, him or you?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And what's he willing to sacrifice? He's already sacrificed a lot, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
What concerns do you have with how you guys are navigating this?
I'm just worried that it's going to go well for a while and he's going to make all this progress and then fall back into what he was doing. And that, potentially at that point I might let my guard down and I'm not going to notice it. And it's just going to re-escalate and kind of blow up again.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Right. And so again, it's how much, who's wanting this more, right? Somebody in the comments said, what would he do if you're not there pushing him? That's the big question, because at some point, learning to fully trust is going to be key for you to move into a new level of freedom.
Right.
Do you guys have a date for your wedding?
It's supposed to be September 20th of this year.
Okay. So it's a ways out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you got a lot to think about.
Yep.
Got a lot to
Well,
think
thank
about.
you. I think we'll look into those groups that you mentioned, and I'll look into those books as well. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks for chatting. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Is porn cheating? Who's next? Close my eyes. Dest777 INI. Destiny. Can you guys hear the music? Is it too loud? Too soft? Oh, give me a follow if you guys don't follow me already, if you like my content. If you don't like my content, follow me anyways and come back and argue with the people in my comments sometime. And if you've been waiting for a while, you want to get on here sooner rather than later, give me a gift that will catch my attention like IzoWiz did. I think you gave me a Galaxy, and I'll bring you on. And also, I have a request. We'll 8 more people go to the link in my bio and follow me, subscribe to me on YouTube, please. I'm trying to get to 500. Appreciate that. Hey, what's going on?
Hello?
Hey there.
Whoa,
What's
can
up?
you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, this is wild. I've never done this before. Yeah, I do think that porn is cheating. There was a time in high school for me where I think pretty much got my first like serious relationship, but fortunately it was stained because that was like the prime time of looking at porn.
It was
So
stained. Is that what you said?
yeah, just because she eventually was catching on and was mentioning stuff about it, but eventually it kind of just ended. I think that was one of the main reasons why.
Hey,
So
can you hold on a second? I really got to pee.
oh yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I can't pay attention when I have to pee. You can keep talking if you want. I can hear you. Okay, or
Oh.
if you want to just wait a second. Give me a second.
I probably should go use the bathroom too. I feel like I want to wait for you to come back before I start talking.
All right. I'm back. What's up?
It's all good. It's all good. Thanks for listening to me. Honestly,
Yeah. So you're in high school. You're watching porn. It tainted the relationship.
yeah, and I mean, and she pretty much already called it out that it was cheating. And I didn't really listen. And I mean, shoot, dude. Now, I mean, that's been going on for years, and like now I feel like I'm pretty much stuck, and I'm trying to just get away from it. And then you
Okay.
popped up on this feed, which is kind of wild. There's a lot going on with me right now.
Yep. How old are you, man?
29.
29. Okay. And are you with that same girl, or that's just kind of part of your backstory?
No, that's just the kind of the backstory.
Okay. All right. So you watch porn. It started at least in high school, and you're scrolling on TikTok, and here we are talking, and I'm assuming you don't want to watch porn anymore.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. All right. Well, first of all, great. You can't change what you don't name. So you've named something here. When did you start watching porn?
I would probably say middle school.
Okay. And how'd that happen? How were you exposed?
Someone told me about it. I didn't even understand what. I didn't understand it at all, and then it was kind of just pushed in front of my face, and then I understood.
You're like, now I get it.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. It's crazy. Like, you don't really realize what's happening, and then it drags on for years, and like it is 100% cheating because now I feel like there's no real like urgency to when I even go out and just even talk to girls, and like it's just like it's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's almost like conditioned you to not even want to go talk to girls.
I mean, I would say so. It's almost
Yeah.
easier just just staying home.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. How often do you watch porn?
I mean, if there's like levels to it, I guess I'm like a level like 4, right?
Well, I know. I mean, like, is it daily? Is it multiple times a day? Is it once a week? Is it 3 times a week?
Yeah, I mean, I would say daily.
Daily. Okay. How else is that impacting your life aside from not really having the desire to go create real life relationships with women?
I mean, just recently, I mean, even like now, like, I don't know, I don't know, I guess feeling pretty shameful where I don't even want to like go to work.
Sorry. Side note: we got to 500 on YouTube, so thank you all for following me on YouTube. And if you're still willing, go to the link in my bio. I'd appreciate a follow on my YouTube channel. All right. So you don't even want to go to work sometimes because of the shame you're feeling.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, man. What do you do for a living?
Working service advisor, customer facing every single day, dealing with everybody else's problems.
Services like cars?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Uh, what was your family life like growing up?
Religious. I mean, Sunday school, Wednesday, church night,
Youth group on Wednesday.
exactly. So, yeah, I've been seeing you. I wanted to answer the question. It definitely is cheating because I've experienced that, and it definitely needs to be nipped in the bud. I'm definitely interested to like have one of your sessions or whatever because like I don't know, man. I feel like it's like running into a wall. Like you say you want to stop, and then like the itch comes out of nowhere, and it's just I'm tired of it.
Yeah, totally, man. Yeah, I'd love to chat if you want to schedule a call. Obviously, I think my group would be very helpful for you. We'll talk about it on the call, but I have a weekly group for men. It's $99 a month. We meet for an hour and 15 minutes, either on Tuesday nights or Wednesday afternoons, and it's just a great place to be with other guys who are wanting to be better, at least in this area, and unwind some of the stories that have been taught to us as kids and live into something new. Who else in your life knows that you're struggling with this?
Well, I wasn't ready for all this on a live.
You can leave at any time.
No, I mean I appreciate it. Please no, bro. Like I was scrolling and then I needed to see you talk to everybody. I mean everyone that's closest to me knows, but unfortunately, I can't let my family know.
Is your family not close to you?
No, I mean we are, but I don't know. I guess growing up, just getting used to things that like my parents can, like getting used to things that my parents like should and shouldn't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because when you go to church on Sunday and youth group on Wednesday, you can't be struggling with any sin, or else there's something wrong with you and you're going to hell, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it, man. Um, are your parents still married?
Yeah, still married together.
Yeah. Yeah, so here's the thing, man, is it's the same thing with shame. Like telling your parents, I would imagine, I'm not saying I'm right, but it's like the scariest thing that you'd possibly do is let my parents know I'm struggling with something like this. Right? My parents were like, or my dad and my stepmom were like the last people that I could fathom telling, because it was so scary. So that's normal, man. It's shame. It's shame talking. And I would say, and I don't know that you need to tell your parents, but the more you can open up about this vulnerably, that's like directly proportionate to the healing that you will experience. And it's not because you're telling them some disgusting thing. It's because you're risking being vulnerable. How does
Right.
that feel to you?
I mean, it feels like like growing up with your parents and like the same things that they'd always say. Like your name a certain way or this. I don't know. It just feels like a lot of not like verbal abuse, but like I guess stuff that I don't really want to hear, but like I know I need to. If that makes sense.
What are you afraid might happen if your parents were to know?
Um, I guess it's their view of me.
What might happen to their view of you if they knew that you watch porn?
I don't even know. If like it will be like Christmas and like there'd be like a video of something and my mom be like, "Oh, look at why they got those girls those big butts on here." You know what I mean? Like it would like even stuff like like stuff like that. Like it's like I can't even.
Yeah. All right. So, a man without a purpose or vision in life distracts himself with pleasure. When you hear that quote,
Right.
what comes up for you? A man without a purpose or vision in life or meaning in life distracts himself with pleasure.
I mean, I have no purpose or meaning, or I have like nothing that no goals. I guess is what it means to me.
You're saying you don't have them? You don't have goals or meaning?
Yeah, because like up until COVID, like I was boxing and I turned around a lot better than probably I ever was in my life, and then COVID happened, and then kind of just stayed inside and slowly just got back to it, where it is now.
Did your porn use escalate during that time?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you were to just dream, getting your life back on track, whatever that means for you, what would you do tomorrow? If you could just wave a wand and change within reason, right, things about your life, what would that be?
So like tomorrow, if I like, what's my perfect day? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you're like, oh, I want to be an astronaut and go to Mars. Okay, well, that can't happen right
Oh,
the
like
second
what's
half
like
of your
my
life.
dream goal?
Yeah, but if it's like,
Um,
oh, I'd have this job or this hobby or what would it be?
You know, I mean, I don't know. At the core, I know that, I like helping people, right? I wanted to be a teacher out of high school, but, instead I kind of went to like still customer facing, so the service industry. I mean, I don't like, I don't know. I don't have like a set goal, but I know like I want to help people out. You know what I mean?
In what ways are you uniquely gifted to help people?
You know, people just tell me that I have a knack of just making them feel at home and, just, really, happy and, they say I'm funny. And it even sucks that I'm sitting here like talking like this because like I've never like this is I've like I've just noticed that it's like it's pretty big. And so yeah, that's why I even got on here, man. So
Yeah. All right. All right. I'm going to make you cry. You ready?
nah, bro.
Okay.
Here, let me use the bathroom. Let me use the bathroom. Hold on.
All right. Chat, I would like for you, and again, if you can leave if you're not up for this, but chat, would you give him feedback? Like, what do you guys experience from this guy? I asked him what is his like unique gifting and how he can help people. Like, what feedback would you give to him? Just about his presence, his way of being, his tone, his voice.
We have your parents on the call. Oh my goodness.
A good, caring person. He's brave and courageous. What else? He sounds compassionate and kind. He seems so noble,
Doesn't know his worth. Yeah, that's pretty big.
genuine, doesn't know his worth. He sounds like he's not good at Call of Duty. He's honest about his struggles. A good, caring person who needs to help himself first. I think he needs to realize he needs to take self-control, and he can do it. Self-control is powerful. He's honest and vulnerable. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, they'll keep on coming in. He has a good heart and ambition. Brave and vulnerable. What do you make of that? Are you crying?
Nah, man. Blurred lines right now. Blurred lines.
Blurred lines. Your vision's getting a little fuzzy.
Yeah. It's thoughtful. Definitely, like I'm telling you, man. Definitely, just thought, just thought I was stuck, and then just being on TikTok and then running into this live is just awesome. I mean, all this is really awesome, bro.
Yeah. Well, you were stuck. You are stuck, right? That happens to everybody. But look, just 15 minutes with an interaction with some dude on TikTok who rudely started going to the bathroom after 2 minutes of talking to you. Look at what's possible here, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. So the question is, what's next for you, man? Right? Like, what do you want to do with your life? You want to keep on objectifying women in private and watching porn and feeling sad about yourself? Or do you want to do something different?
No, recently it really affected me because I went on a cruise and met somebody and like it kicked off so quick and then it got intimate and then just towards once we're off the island or whatever it starts to get serious. I'm realizing like I really can't be with anybody right now. I think that's what kind of hit even more recently for it.
Yeah, but there's something way deeper than that. I mean, we won't flesh all that out right here, but again, it's something rooted in your childhood and your upbringing about core beliefs about yourself. Are you worthy? Are you valuable? Are you lovable? Can you even be with somebody? I mean, there's so many things to unpack, man. And again, I would recommend reading this book, Unwanted. Change your life. And commit to something new and different. I've certainly enjoyed talking to you.
Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna definitely hit you up in the coaching, bro. For real.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I'd love to chat. Go to link in my bio. Hey, what is that? What is your profile picture? Is that food?
It's carne asada. my favorite spot.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
sorry, not carne asada. It's huevos y
Huevos,
arroz y frijoles y carne.
arroz, carne, aguacate,
Arroz, yeah, arroz
y huevos.
y huevo. Yeah, yeah. It's my favorite meal. So yeah, I'll take a picture of it.
Nice. Very good. All right, man. Well, hey, nice chatting with you.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks.
Go to,
Appreciate
yeah,
the talk.
yeah, man. Schedule a call if you want. I'd love to chat. See you, bro. Bye bye.
Bye.
All right. I speak Italian. All right, who's next? Close my eyes. Sakari. Give me a follow if you guys like my content, if you wouldn't mind. If you don't like my content, give me a follow anyways. Come back sometime. Oh, another galaxy. Let's go, bro. Appreciate that. Oh, sorry, Ash. You gave me a gift. I'll bring you on because this person isn't here. Where's Ash? Ash. And thank you for those of you who followed me on YouTube.
Hey,
Hey there, how's it going?
oof, I'm probably gonna be one of those where you're like, hey, let's chat later. Here's my,
Great. Well, tonight seems to be a night like that. So the link's in my bio if you want to chat later.
yeah. Um, so, I got married. I am 40, so I'm not a young buck, but, basically I have had a weird on and off porn addiction. I thought it was like normal culturally, right? You're supposed to like, who cares? And then I started that, and my husband caught me one time in the bedroom, and he was like, wow, like, emotionally, this is not cool. And I thought as a woman that it would be sexy. And then he would laugh, and because guys are like, whatever, porn's cool, whatever. And I always kind of hung out with dudes like, yeah, it's cool. But he like was really, really like dramatically upset. And it was the first time I was kind of aware that I have a problem. And I went into a rabbit hole with porn. It's weird. You start off as like, and I was raised with religious beliefs. This is not right. So I always felt gross afterward. You have your orgasm and then you feel just gross and you're like, that's not me. But I did it, and he let me know that he was really upset, deeply hurt. And it was the first kind of awareness button that was like, oh, am I doing something bad? Because my religion has always told me that it was bad, but I didn't realize how much it could hurt somebody. So I guess, yeah, it was kind of like cheating because he let me know that it was not with him, and I'm looking at other things and trying to orgasm. And I just thought it was superficial and just not a big deal.
Yeah, so how long has that been going on for you?
Ooh, probably a decade, because I thought like it was normalized. It was normalized in the culture. Like, who cares? Porn, whatever. Get off on it. It doesn't matter. It's not real. And it was a big issue for him. And I had to really look into it because I started with like simple vanilla porn. And then I got in. I'm actually interested to hear your thoughts because I felt like a weirdo and a freak because it would take me through this rabbit hole where I would eventually like get into like rape porn and stuff that like I would never want in real life to ever happen to me, like God forbid. But I would get into this weird like rape porn, deep,
Can you
dirty.
stop saying that word, please, just for the sake of TikTok?
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Yes.
But go ahead.
I felt very like something's wrong with me, and I felt very I felt a lot of shame, a lot of shame.
Yeah. Well, it's never an accident why we look at the things we look at. Um, what were the messages you learned about sex, sexuality? I mean, porn culture. You alluded to that.
Taboo.
Yeah, growing up.
Yeah.
What
When I was
what messages did
I
you learn,
was
and where did you learn them?
I was caught masturbating, like, I don't know, preteen with my mom. And she told me she was going to take me to the doctor. It was horrible and wrong. And I was always ashamed to be naked or look at bodies. And it was a very just taboo and terrible thing. Shame, shame, shame.
Hmm. Yeah. And you said that it's been going on in this capacity for about 10 years. You're 40, so when you're around 30, you were
Yeah,
shamed by your mom at least.
big time.
Hmm. Wait, how long have you been married?
Not long for late bloomers. So about a year.
Okay.
I thought I was doing
Um,
everything normal. I thought it was normal.
yeah. Yeah, so he's indicated that this is an issue. Does he have any history with porn?
He has a history with addiction of meth and sex addiction. Funny
Hmm.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Which, yeah.
Yeah. Um, how do you guys navigate through these conversations?
We don't. He stonewalls me, and I feel more shame, which makes me feel like back with my mother, and I feel like something's wrong with me.
Hmm. Have you had conversation with your mom as an adult, just about this, or just your broader story?
No, because she doesn't like to talk about things. Her way of handling things is to not handle them, to pretend that it didn't happen, doesn't
Hmm.
exist.
Hmm. And what about your dad? Was he around, or is he around?
Mhm. They're married. My dad's wonderful. He's a big provider. Action wise, he'll show up anywhere all day for you. Emotionally, ice cold, ice cold. But I love
Hmm.
him. He's my hero, oddly enough, because he's always there with his actions, not
Hmm.
with words.
Hmm.
Or, or he's never like affectionate either. He's not like if you give my dad a hug, we make fun of him because he'll barely hug you.
Yeah. Um, what benefits do you think you're getting or have gotten by watching porn? Like, what do you think at a deeper level it's satisfying in you?
Ooh, that's a good question. Just a quick, just satisfaction in the moment.
Yeah,
I
but
don't think it's very deep. It's not very deep.
well, I bet it is something about being loved or wanted or chosen or needed or cared for or valued or
I honestly don't know why I ended up with the type of porn that I ended up in, and I'm just baffled. It's not like who I am or my values are. It's feels shameful. Feels embarrassing, honestly, to talk about, but I don't even know how I ended up in the rabbit hole or why I'm even attracted to that genre.
hmm. Yeah, well, there's probably a reason. There's probably a reason.
I've never
Uh,
discussed it or even delved into it until my husband was so hurt and I realized like there's something here.
totally, yeah, and I mean for obvious reasons, I don't want to dive into that here. Um, but there's a reason. I mean, it's not an uncommon genre to be drawn into. It sounds very taboo, obviously, but again, there's a reason.
Mm.
And I mean, that would be worth exploring, I would say, because you got to make sense of it, right? There's on the surface, there's oh, I'm doing this because I want to experience pleasure, sure. However, there's something way deeper. Our sexual stories are so wired into us, right? And it just becomes second nature, especially as an adult. It's like, why? I don't even know what this means. Well, yeah, because you've been doing it for so long.
Yeah. And maybe I don't want to know what it means. So I'm scared that I want to be a good person, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And if you dive into this story, if you uncover some of that shame, then that might mean I'm not a good person because I
Exactly.
grew up, like you said, in a religious context where we don't talk about that. There is no shameful things here.
And
We
there's
pretend like
nothing wrong with
everything's fine.
religion.
I
Yeah,
know,
like it
I
gave
know,
me moral structure and it gave me value. It helped me to,
totally.
anyway, boundaries, values, all that, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's an interesting deep dive and I've never dealt with it ever.
Yeah, yeah. This book would be very helpful for you. I would recommend it. Just the types of questions you're asking. Okay, I'd recommend that. Unwanted by Jay Stringer. It does come from a Christian faith-based perspective, by the way. I'm not asking anybody to believe what I believe. I just think it's the best book on the topic. So, anyways, Ash, I think it would help you put a lot of language around that. And again, there's a reason. There's a reason why you're looking at that, I would say. And getting some clarity on that will help you. It almost like it dismantles the shame, but it demystifies. Why am I doing this? Right? That's why the book, Unwanted. It's unwanted sexual behavior. I'm doing this. It feels good. It's arousing, but it's also disgusting, and I don't know why I do it.
Yeah.
And the more that you can get clarity on that, then you can do something with it.
Mm.
So, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that it's something that I've resisted looking into, and which probably means the more you resist, the more you should get uncomfortable and learn.
What you resist persists.
Exactly.
What you resist persists. Yeah. So, I mean, it's getting comfortable being uncomfortable. I mean, I've done a lot of work around this stuff, and it's uncomfortable. It's always uncomfortable unpacking this stuff, and it's
It
so
sucks.
freeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I would like freedom. I actually think porn is a big rabbit hole. For those that find it to be helpful in the relationship, no knock to those folks. That's great. I haven't found that to be the case in my situation, so
Yeah.
I obviously need to look into this and figure out some things. And I don't know, what do you do with that though? Do you put actions and plans in place? I'm kind of type A personality where I want to fix everything. What do you do with that? I don't want to be that person. I don't know.
I don't know. Life is understood backwards but lived forwards. So how can we look at our past so that we can live into something new going forward? And I mean, I think that's the question for you. I can't answer that question for you. What do you do with it? It depends on what you're wanting, right? And again, the porn, masturbation, that's a distraction, I would say, from really living into something else. A man without a purpose or vision in life distracts themselves with pleasure.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Hello, Danielle. Welcome. Good to see you. Dee, are you still out there? Cowboy Bunny Beep. Angela. All the people, give a shout out. Where's Krista? By the way, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men dealing with porn or sex addiction and women dealing with betrayal trauma. If you're interested in that, go to the link in my bio. I'd love to chat. You can do a discovery call. Users been sending gifts. They need advice. Oh yeah. Charles, you sent a gift, but you're regular here. Are you actually wanting to come on? I don't see you in the list. User, I see you.
Hello.
Hey there, what's going on?
Okay. So
Hey,
I just
are
had
you
a
18 or
question.
18 or over?
Yes, I'm 19 actually.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, what's up?
I'm just using a different account. I just don't want my public account on like live.
Okay.
So recently I've been in a relationship with this guy, and I recently went through his phone. And he basically admitted to having some issues with porn, and I basically wanted some advice, like what can I give to him? Because honestly, it was women that look totally opposite from me. Like these were Instagram models, BBL, like over it was he basically said it was a fetish. Like I'm like a petite girl, like I'm fine, you know, I'm okay looking, but like the women that he was just looking at were totally like opposite looking for me. And he basically said that like he has an issue and like he kind of admitted it to me. And I kind of was just like, well, there's a difference between porn and then like this, right? Like what would you say? I don't know. I have very mixed feelings on like how I should feel about it
Okay.
because like
Well,
he like
how do you
never
think you should feel about it?
I don't know like because this guy has never really asked me to be his girlfriend completely, and like I just don't feel like the relationship is him really trying. It's more me. But I just kind of I didn't think of that like of him like I just didn't see that coming from somebody like that because he acts like I'm like the best thing ever. But he never likes my Instagram photos or my stories. He never replies to my stuff, which is fine, right? I'm trying to be like a mutual girlfriend or whatever this is. But I just felt like it was really disrespectful. But I just don't know how to come and like move forward from this because I also have an issue with porn, but it's just directly just watching it to get off and that's it. And I explained that to him and I was trying to like understand, but I just don't I don't
So
know.
you watch pornography as well?
I do, yeah. And we've talked about it like as to why, you know, but he never told me he had like a serious issue like that. He made it seem like he has to do it all the time, like every day kind of thing. And so that's what makes me more uncomfortable because like I just think I see him at least 5 times a week, you know.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know how to feel or come about this or like how to figure out how to help this. Like it's been on my mind. Like this recently just happened. So
All right. Well, what do you said you guys aren't even like officially dating?
no, he never really asked me to be directly like his girlfriend, but he makes it seem like OMG, like, you know,
I don't
um,
know. I don't know what you mean by
like
that.
he makes it seem like we're together, but we're not like actually together.
Okay. So your non-boyfriend watches a lot of porn. You watch some porn,
Yeah, it's
and
not
you have an
even
issue with that. So
no, I just want to know like is it wrong for me to say something? Like my point is it's not the fact that these women look different than me. It's not. It's just the fact that it's just that they're over exaggerated and
yeah.
that
So
he
first
seems
of
to
all,
have like a
all
pattern.
right. Um, do you do you live with your parents?
No, I don't.
Okay. Who do you live with?
I live on my own.
Okay. Are you in college or?
Yeah, I'm in college at the moment.
Okay. Are you in relationship with your parents?
Yes, just with my mom though.
Okay. Are you like close with her?
Yeah, I kind of talked about her. She told me it's more of like a him thing, not a me thing. That
Okay.
like I don't know. I just honestly I don't really know how to feel about it because he claims for me to be his girlfriend. Like that's what he calls me. So I'm gonna assume we're together, right?
Well, never
Like
assume. But I mean, what I want to ask you is like, what do you believe about relationships?
I think it's just about respect. I mean, I respect him. You know, I don't go out following or liking pictures or disrespecting or watching things that are like totally out of like my reach or whatever. I try to like come to terms with the fact that I understand like the porn issue like as to where he wants to watch it all the time, but I just don't see how that's healthy. And for me, I have stopped since this happened, which on my part I haven't asked any questions about it from his perspective. But I just don't know how to come like about this.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, first of all, I would just get really clear on what is this relationship But more importantly for you is, what do you believe, or what have you come to know about relationships? How were relationships modeled for you? How did your parents model it? What are you wanting in a relationship? I would say porn is probably not a primary issue here. It's valid. Your concerns are valid, and they should be
Yeah.
explored. But I think the bigger conversation here is, what are you really looking to get out of this thing? And
Well,
and who, especially I want to be sensitive of your age. It's like, who do you have in your life who you can be talking to about this stuff?
yeah, I mean, my parents are still together. My dad just lives somewhere else at the moment. Parents have been together for 18 years. My mom and I have a very open like dialect. We talk about almost everything. I just I don't know. I we've been together for almost a year and a half, and so I would like to say it is a relationship. But I just
Yeah,
he
but
makes
even
it
even
seem
then,
like
I don't get how you don't know if it's a relationship or not.
it's because I'm confused as to like because he calls me his girlfriend, but he never asked me to be his girlfriend. Like he just chose for me to be his girlfriend more than like, oh, like will you be my girlfriend?
All right. Who decides whether you are somebody's girlfriend or not?
I mean, it should be me
It should be, or it
choosing.
is.
It is me technically.
Okay. Well, do you believe that you're his girlfriend?
Well, yeah. I mean, we've been together for quite a long time. I mean, we're in college. We go to college together. We quite literally do
Do you
mostly
refer to him as your
everything.
boyfriend?
Yeah, I do.
But but it's not official.
I mean, I would say it is.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is that just the opinion that I wanted was like, how do I come about this? Like, what do I just,
Yeah.
you
Well, here's the
know?
thing: is conversation. I'm going to move on here in just a second, but conversation produces action. She is an adult, guys. I asked her. Conversation produces action. New conversation produces new action. So there's a new conversation here that may need to be had. Okay. And again, I think this is way deeper than just porn, right? I mean,
Yeah.
the fact that you're not sure if you're the one who
It makes
decides
me
if you decide
uncomfortable.
who's your girlfriend, I mean, that's a pretty big deal. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
All
All right. Well,
right.
thanks for sharing,
Yeah.
Journey.
All right. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Is porn cheating? Hey there. What's going on?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks. What's up?
Good. I think porn is cheating. For a woman's aspect, it kind of makes, in my experience, I caught my husband looking at porn, and it kind of made me feel bad because I saw, my thinking, he was lusting after other women, and it made me feel like I wasn't attractive. And that he thought the other women were sexier than I was, and that I was lacking in some way. Um, and then he and I talked about it, and then as far as I know, he's not looking at it anymore, but, when I told him how it made me feel, he apologized.
What do you mean, as far as you know?
I haven't caught him looking at it anymore, so.
Okay. Have you asked him?
Yes, I've asked him, and I've looked on his phone, which is the device that I caught him looking at it on, and I haven't seen any history where he was looking at it. So,
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that you're in that situation. How long have you guys been married?
we've been married for 2 years. We've been together for 8.
Okay. How long has he been watching porn?
Um, I'm not sure, to be honest. So it's been a while ago that I caught him, probably a few years ago, and I haven't seen anything on his phone in over a year or so.
How often do you guys talk about it?
We haven't talked about it in a while.
How come?
Because I haven't seen anything on his phone in over a year. So when I did see it on his phone, I told him how it made me feel, and he apologized and, said that he was sorry that it made me feel that way and that he promised he would never look at it again. And since then, I haven't seen anything and on his phone, and I haven't caught him looking at it anymore.
Is he there? Can we get him on?
He's in bed asleep. He has to work in the morning.
Wake him up.
I would if he didn't have to work so early in the morning.
Okay. Well, I mean, you came on here for a reason. Why is that?
To kind of like, if there's any men in here, to kind of give them, if they think it's not cheating, to kind of give them a view of how it makes a woman feel when, if they have a girlfriend, kind of give them an aspect of how it makes a woman feel when they catch them cheating. Sometimes it makes us feel lacking, and that maybe, that we're not as attractive. I'm 47 years old now, so, as I'm getting older, I do feel like, some women who are younger than me are more attractive out there, and, sometimes, and, I'm not as attractive as I used to be when I'm younger, and, so when they're looking at that and they're looking at women, in I guess, the porn industry that, has the cosmetic surgery and they've got the perfect bodies and stuff like that, it does kind of make you feel lacking.
Hmm.
And I've always had self-image issues, back since I was a teenager, and it was due to some past trauma as a teenager, which has nothing to do with anything my husband did, but that's caused some self-image issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, it has nothing to do with him, and it has everything to do with the things going on in your relationship.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, this whole story with porn and what he's looking at in your image, and I mean, it's all connected.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
But like I said, as far as I know, I haven't caught him looking at it anymore, and I've I haven't snuck and looked at his phone in a long time, but there for a while, because I felt like I couldn't trust him, I would sneak and look at his phone to see if I'd catch him looking at it, and I did that for a while, and I never saw any. I'd check his user history, and I never saw any where he'd looked at it, for a long time. So then I just quit looking because, once he gained my trust back,
Do you trust him?
Now I do, yes.
Okay. Do you think he might still be watching it, but just hiding it better?
I don't think so.
How many times did you catch him?
When I caught him and looked at his history on his phone, it was a lot on there.
Mm-hmm. And how many times did you catch him or have a conversation with him?
I caught him the one time, and when I looked at the history, it was a lot in the history. So I'm not sure if he was looking at it every day or what. When I just scrolled through the history, it was a lot on there.
So one time.
Yeah. And then I had the conversation and told him how it made me feel. And, he started crying because I told him how it made me feel. And he said that he was so sorry that he would never do it. He would never do it again.
Did he get any help?
We talked to our preacher and kind of went through some therapy there. and kind of got help that way.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry you're going through that. And can I offer you a perspective?
Yes, of course.
Learning how to have conversations about this in the open can be very freeing and healing for both of you, to where you don't have to wonder and he can be transparent about what's really going on for him.
Yes.
So think about that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Taylor, why did you ask if I have mods? I don't know if any are here right now, but just curious. All right, it's 11:30 somewhere. And that somewhere is here. I'll take maybe one more, maybe two. There was someone problematic. Okay. What do we want, a man or a woman? Let's do a man. Hey there, what's going on? Jay, you're on TikTok talking about porn. Hello.
Oh shit!
You like porn?
Oh.
Jay, what kind of porn do you watch? It's all right. Some people hit that button. All right. Who's next? Is this? Hey there, what's going on? Hello. MK Adams 33. Hello. Is porn cheating? Give me a follow if you guys like my content. If you don't like my content, give me a follow anyways. Come back and argue with the people in my comments sometime. I'm going to do a poll. You ready for this? Guess what the poll is going to be? Guess. I dare you. We'll do a 5-minute poll. Is porn cheating? Right up there. Is porn cheating? Haley. Haley. Give me a follow. Oh, and if you like my content, would you do me a favor and follow me on YouTube? The link is in my bio. If you go to the link tree in my bio, my YouTube is linked. I just crossed 500. 500 is a meaningful mark on YouTube. So if you guys wouldn't mind, if you like my content, you want to support, would you consider following me on YouTube? Por favor. I can roll my R's. Okay, Haley's not there. Lady Raven 69X. Was Lady Raven 68 taken?
No. I don't know, maybe.
It's been right for 69.
Yeah, it's.
I love that joke. I think I'm so funny when I say that. It's what?
I like to tell people that I have no clue what it means and that I'm actually just a Cancer
Oh, okay.
because it's the Cancer symbol too.
Oh, I didn't know that. All right, well, is porn cheating? Are you 18 or over?
Yes.
Okay, is porn cheating?
I don't think it's inherently cheating. I think it depends on your personal relationship with your partner.
Okay.
Like, basically, if you guys have an agreement that it's okay between the two of you, I don't think that's cheating. But obviously, if your partner is like, I'm not cool with that, then you're doing it behind their back. That would be cheating, probably.
Okay. Thanks, Danielle, and anybody else. All right, what type of agreement do you prefer to have in a relationship?
I personally like porn, so
Okay.
me and my partner are pretty okay with whatever. I'm pretty open to his type of porn. He's pretty open to mine.
Okay. All right. So in your relationship, it's okay for you guys to use use other people for sexual gratification outside of just you and your partner?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not a monogamous relationship.
No, I mean, we're definitely a little bit kinkier. I mean, we're into the swinging lifestyle, so
Okay. Okay. So anything goes.
I mean, not anything. I mean, we have our boundaries and our rules and stuff like that. We're really good at communication. I think that's really the biggest thing is having a super big communication between each other.
Yeah. So how do you set those boundaries? Like, so not only are you guys okay with porn, but also with being intimate with other people?
So I've been open before with a previous partner and done a bunch of crazy stuff, but me and him are kind of new at it. So we're like just trying to figure out what we want. We haven't actually done anything with other people, but we've done like parallel play and things like that.
What is that? What's parallel play?
So it's like you're doing stuff with your partner while other people are doing stuff in the same room.
So you're all okay. So you're doing the same things with other couples, but you're only doing it with your partner?
Yeah, right now.
So it's like an aerobics class, but you're having sex.
Sure.
Is there this is a serious question. I don't know how this works, but I won't make it like funny, but like, is there someone telling you guys what to do, or is it like
No,
I have so many
I
questions.
mean, it's whatever we want to do.
Okay. And then you all do it in unison, like synchronized swimming?
I mean, everybody kind of goes at their own pace. I mean, it's not like we can just all, sync up when everybody finishes at the same time. I don't think it works like that.
I mean, what does it sound like in a room like that? I'll just be like just so much. It just probably sounds like an audience clapping.
Well, a lot of the clubs and stuff usually have music in the background, so it's not like
Clubs? What does that mean?
yeah, like lifestyle club.
I don't know what that means. I'm here to learn. Okay.
So just like there's clubs for dancing and bars and things like that, there's also swinger lifestyle clubs.
Clubs for synchronized sex?
Sure. I mean,
Is that legal?
it's not. Yeah.
Really? What state do you live in?
Missouri.
Oh, well, that explains it. It's legal in Missouri, Alabama, Louisiana. Just
I
kidding.
mean, it's legal in Florida. Florida's actually got tons of them.
Yeah.
They do cruises too and things like that.
Okay. How did you get into this lifestyle?
So my previous partner and me, we had a lot of issues and I was not getting certain things from him, so I wanted to go open and he agreed to do it and we just kind of explored that.
Okay. What like growing up was any of this on your radar? Like, was this modeled for you by your family or relatives or anything? Or
Oh, no, not at all. My family's pretty religious. So, no, this is all just stuff that I've learned over the years and kind of just, figuring myself out and what I like.
okay. Interesting. Where do you see this going? Where do you want this to take you?
Well, I'm not 100% sure. One of the biggest issues that we're kind of discussing is that STDs are like a huge deal and I'm not really willing to like put my body at risk. So we kind of have to like be careful about who we trust. And not every club you go to is going to instantly have the, like, you have to prove that you're clean. So we just kind of got to be careful about that.
Can I
So
ask you a
yeah, that's
question?
kind of, yeah, go for it.
You said you're not willing to put your body at risk.
Yeah, right now it's like just kind of going through, like, figuring out
No, I
how to be
get what
safe
you mean
about
by
it.
that, but I get it. But inherently, this is no disrespect, but this is a risky lifestyle. There's inherently more risk by being in that lifestyle.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, yeah, you're right. I guess it's just I really like the kink lifestyle. It's just that, like, I've had some more information now that I'm older to kind of like think about, basically. Whereas when I was younger, I really wasn't thinking about this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's really fun, and that's kind of why we've stuck to things like parallel play, because you don't really have to have sex with other people in order to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We are interested in going further. It's just we want to find another couple that, like, we can trust.
Yeah. Okay. Why is that? Like, I have a belief in Mikey. I am intrigued. Okay, two things can be true. I'm curious why that is. So I have a belief. I'm not asking you to believe it, but that sex is intended to be enjoyed between two people, you know, in the comfort of their own. Well, I'll say home, but you get what I mean. So why is it for you that I guess what do you get out of it by doing this other stuff? Or let me ask you differently. What is your belief about sex?
Well, my belief used to be that sex wasn't, like, love and sex were two very different things. But I did, now that I found my current partner, like, my opinion of that has changed. But I still really enjoy the lifestyle, so we're just kind of trying to juggle that. Like, we have a lot more boundaries than I've ever had before. So,
And what is it about your partner that kind of drew you towards that?
well, actually, one of the first things we discussed when we got together was we actually were gonna start being open from the get-go. But then as we kind of got to know each other, we closed that down for a while. But we always kind of talk about it, and I guess when we do talk about it, it's really, really hot. Like, it gets both of us pretty turned on.
What does specifically?
Just talking about, like, being with other people. Like, sometimes we talk about, like, him watching me watching him, you know, things like that.
Okay. Interesting. How old are you?
I'm 32.
Okay. How old is he?
He is 47.
Oh, that's a pretty big gap.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been together?
So we've been together for over 3 years.
Okay. Where do you see this? Well, actually, I don't know. I have so many questions.
I mean, I'm a pretty open book, so feel free to ask.
Yeah, I got that. Are you open to hearing what the chat wants to know?
Sure.
Chat, what questions do you have? How many times divorced? That's a presumptuous question, but either of you guys been divorced?
Yeah, we've each been divorced.
How many times?
One.
Once.
I was in a 12-year relationship with my previous partner, and he was in 15 years with his.
Okay. I'm doing the math. What kind of trauma does she have? Presumptuous. Are you willing to answer that?
I mean, I do have a lot of trauma, but like, I don't know. I feel like it's helped me kind of grow as a person. Like, I've tried to overcome my trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. My partner is really, really understanding, and like, he's just really there for me.
Mm-hmm.
So he's kind of actually helped me overcome a couple of my own. Like, I was actually sodomized by one of my ex-boyfriends, and he's helped me really, really overcome that trauma.
Mm-hmm. This one sounds weird on the surface, but I think the intention is valid. But does he pay you?
No.
Well, I think that the general motive behind that is there a financial incentive for you being in this relationship and this arrangement?
I mean, it was my idea, so no.
Okay.
No, there's no financial, like, nothing like that. We just met each other. We really, really connected. And it was actually kind of a whirlwind romance style kind of thing.
Got it.
Like, I flew to him after knowing him for like 2 weeks.
All right.
And we've been together
on.
ever since.
Hold on. How did you meet?
We met online playing our favorite game. It's Dead by Daylight.
Okay. And where do you guys live, or where did you live?
So we lived in Virginia for like a year and a half. And
But like
then
when you met, where did you guys initially live?
I was in Missouri and he was in Virginia.
Okay. And after 2 weeks of meeting on a game, you flew there and you stayed, or did you?
So I flew there and stayed for a month. And then we decided to move in together. So I got my stuff from Missouri and moved in with him.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for sharing. I mean, I could ask you a million questions, but I appreciate you being open and sharing.
Yeah.
So porn is very clearly not cheating for you.
No. Like
Okay.
I said, I just think it depends on your relationship. So if you're with a partner who clearly is not okay with it and you do it behind their back, I think that would be considered cheating.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. I think I'm going to take maybe one more. There's so many people waiting. This has been a great live. Hey, I appreciate everyone here. This is fun. If you guys don't follow me, would you consider following me? If you like my content, my name is Austin Hamilton, also known as Porn Coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men dealing with porn or sex addiction and other unwanted sexual behavior, as well as women dealing with betrayal trauma. If you're interested in learning more about that, you can schedule what's called a discovery call with me, which is a 30-minute call where we talk about your situation, $25, and see if maybe I can be a fit to help you and or your partner in relationship or point you in another direction. If you want to join one of my groups, you can do that as well. The link's in my bio. Cowboy Bunny Beep, I have not seen Pradeep. Healing doesn't occur until it's witnessed empathetically. So if you're struggling through pornography addiction or other types of unwanted sexual behavior, or you've been betrayed by your partner, there is hope for you. How do I know? I've been there. I watched porn for 20 years, which escalated into physical cheating Well, I was married to my wife, who I'm still married to. We've been married for 13 years, the first 6 of which sucked, and the last 7 of which have been great. How did that happen, you ask? Well, I finally came to terms with all the beep button in my life. And now we can have an open, honest, authentic connection. So there's always hope. There's always healing possible. But it takes 2 to tango. Yeah, this button. We needed it tonight, didn't we, Cowboy Bunny? A lot of F-bombs on that call. Oh, D, I saw you there, man. Good to see you. All right. Porn use always starts somewhere. Accept me, you won't regret it. I saw your name, actually, and I will accept you because I have so many questions about that name. Lobotomy Lover. Hey there, what's going on? Hello. Hello.
Can you? Oh, can
Yeah,
you hear me?
yeah, what's up?
Okay, so I had an ex with a crazy porn addiction, and that's actually how I discovered that he was gay.
Okay. What'd you
Yeah.
find?
He was on Grinder religiously. He around the time that me and him were sexually active, he was also pursuing men. On top of that, he was soliciting trans escorts
Mm-hmm.
in our area. And also, the porn that he was watching literally was demonic porn. I mean, it was like men dressed up in like Party City wigs, sticking like lightsabers up his ass. Crazy shit like that.
Okay.
I don't know, that might be too much, but so obviously I confronted him with it, and he claims that he was sexually abused as a child, and that's why he resorted to like demonic porn in that way. He claims that he wasn't gay, but that he just liked the validation from men on Grindr.
Was he abused by a man?
He was, yeah.
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 Oftentimes, not always, when that happens, there's reenactment there that happens through pornography.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I did not like expect to be chosen, so I kind of have like this story like okay, sorry, I'm like getting nervous. I don't know why I'm getting nervous, but
Why are you nervous?
I didn't think you were gonna accept me, so I'm not like too prepared, but I don't think porn is cheating inherently. I think there could be a healthy connection or relationship that you have with porn, but when it gets to a point where you're obviously hiding it from your partner, and we also had a lot of issues in the bedroom on top of that, so he had a hard issue getting it up for me, if you will, and
Mm-hmm.
that was before I knew any of the porn aspect to it. So I
Did
wanted
he
to
actually come out as gay, or you're just making an assumption that because of the pornography he watched, he was gay?
making an assumption for sure.
Well,
But
that's
I
a
mean,
pretty
like
big
how
leap.
I mean, he was on Grinder.
I got it. I'm just saying, why not ask him?
No, for sure. Oh, he denied it. I think he was deeply closeted.
Well, it could be. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, again, oftentimes when abuse like that happens as a kid, it can play out in pornography, but it may not actually indicate a sexual orientation. It could.
You don't think so?
Well, I don't know. I've never talked to him, but
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Okay.
that's it. I guess. Sorry, I
Okay.
didn't think you were gonna pick me.
Well, thank you, because I've never heard of a lightsaber being involved before.
Oh my
I'm
god.
I'm learning so much tonight on this live, people.
Yeah. I think it was a pogo stick lightsaber. I don't know, but um,
No,
have
you're
you heard
trolling.
of Buffalo Bill? Wait, have you heard of Buffalo Bill
No, what's that?
from Silence of the Lambs?
Mm-mm.
It looked like that type of porn.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Now I think
Okay,
you're
cool.
trolling. We went from
No, I'm
lightsaber
no,
to pogo stick.
I'm literally not. I wish I was. I'm fucking traumatized, but
Star Wars will never be the same.
I could literally link you to the porn actresses Pornhub,
Please don't.
but yeah. No, I'm not trolling. I'm kind of like all over the place trying to tell the story, but yeah, what
Yeah,
he
well,
was
I don't know.
watching.
I don't know what to believe with your story. Sure, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. What I do fully believe is that there's porn on the internet out there with lightsabers doing that. I
For
have
sure.
no doubt that exists on the internet. You
Well,
might be making it up, but I bet it exists. Even if
honey, I wish
even
I
if
was
you are
making it up. I'm
I got
scarred
it.
from
I
it.
got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm just gonna go kill
All right.
myself.
Oh gosh, now I have to kick you off. I mean, please don't do that. Go get help. Call the hotline.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for sharing.
Okay, bye. God bless
Bye-bye.
you.
Don't say things like that in here. Or if you do, get help. Jeez, lightsabers. Oh man. Maybe the previous viewer, are you still here? Whatever your name was, whatever 69. Maybe in the parallel play, be like, hey, everyone, bring your lightsaber tonight. Sorry. All right. One more. I gotta go to bed. Should I do one more? Should I do one more? I'm the worst at accents. Mom's AF, I see you there. It's good to see you. I can't even, all the people requesting, I can't even, it's so overwhelming. Give me a follow if you guys don't follow me already. Appreciate that. Let me just find somebody to add. Boom. Give me a follow if you guys don't follow me already. And let's see the results of the poll. I don't even know how to tell. Yeah, I don't know that there are any mods in here right now, but typically I have a pretty I have a lot of patience for people in the comments, but overt spamming I'm not cool with. I will make a couple other people mods though right now, people who I know and trust, like Cowboy Bunny Beep. I'm gonna make you a mod. Hey there, what's going on? Let's go, Mom's AF. Hello. Hello. You're on TikTok talking about porn. What is that noise? Mom's AF, I'll try to bring you on. I got it. Oh gosh, dang it. The list. TikTok, if you're out there, can you please make it so the list doesn't change all the time? Hey there, what's going on?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
I have a situation that is currently happening that I could use some advice on.
Does it involve lightsabers?
It does not, sadly.
Okay. All right, what's going on?
So I have a girlfriend, and I've kind of discussed my porn addiction with her, but she's accessed like my Instagram and stuff, and she saw me looking up like OnlyFans stuff, and it's kind of really affected our relationship. So I'm just kind of wondering for some advice, and yeah.
Okay. Well, why'd you do that?
Because it's a compulsion that has been very hard to stop. It wasn't to spite her, to try and cheat on her or anything like that.
When did that start?
It's been kind of on and off, but I would say it's gotten pretty bad in the past couple of months.
Okay. Sorry, looking at the comments. Okay, so how old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay, and when did it start again? Like, how old were you?
Well, just porn addiction in general, probably
Yeah.
like real young, like 12, but like it's specifically this like OnlyFans stuff. Like I don't pay for it or anything like that.
Okay. So your girlfriend caught you watching OnlyFans, and you're wanting to know how to navigate that.
Correct, yeah. And kind of like, do people think that it's cheating, or how do like people of the other gender, how do girls feel about that
Okay.
kind of
Moms
thing?
AF, you wanna answer that one?
Hi, Mickey. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, good. So the first question that came to mind for me when you right away said what you did was, first of all, good job. At least you're coming on and you're going, hey, this is what's going on. That's the first step. But did you admit to doing that when you were confronted with it?
I did, yeah. I did not deny the fact at all.
Okay. And have you been able to, what was her response when you, I mean, obviously, you know, it's not an easy thing, but what was her response when you admitted it? Because I don't think we usually think we're going to get an admission.
She was definitely very hurt, and she said something was missing, like about our relationship, like that she feels like she's not enough because I'm like watching porn and visiting OnlyFans pages.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of crazy because for us, for women, right, we're always kind of general, and, you know, obviously read the comments, but women in general, I think, just from being one, being around a lot of them, we usually look at if for some reason our partner's doing that, then there's something wrong with us, right? And even if we know that there's not, it's like, man, the person that I have wanted to give everything to has now taken everything that I've given them, which is my whole heart, right? And they're taking that and giving it to somebody else.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying there.
You know? So your question was repeat your question for me.
It was number one, like, do other people think it's cheating? And I guess just like kind of how to navigate it. Like it's something that I'm actively like not proud of and that I'm trying to stop.
Got it. So when it comes to is it cheating, I think that, well, I mean, we've seen such varying answers, right, on tonight's live. And so what I can say is that, one, did you tell her you were going to do it before you did it, or did she find out after you had already done it? I think your answer is kind of already in that.
Yeah, I mean, she found out without me telling her specifically.
I feel like you might be, I do feel like you're genuine, but I feel like there's a part of you where you're like, I didn't want to hurt her. So maybe if somebody tells me that I didn't cheat on my girlfriend, then I might be able to feel better about the situation.
Can you elaborate on what you're saying?
No,
What do you,
totally.
Mickey? What do you think about it?
Well, I think that, I guess I'm not excusing my actions, but I think that I think
Do
that
you think that if you're in a relationship with somebody else that you're committed to, in your orientation to relationships, is it acceptable for you or her to go lust after, fantasize about, masturbate to other people having sex?
I think it's wrong. I
Okay.
do. I guess the problem probably lies with me in the fact that I have to rely on porn, and the compulsion to actually do that.
Yeah.
So
you become you've been conditioned to rely on it, and it's now a compulsion,
correct.
which has
Yeah, that's what I would
escalated.
say.
yeah, I'm connecting some dots here, but it's escalated into using OnlyFans. I hear you didn't pay for it, but you're using OnlyFans, which is, example of an escalation.
Yes,
Uh,
correct. Yeah.
how often do you watch porn or OnlyFans or anything else in that category?
I would say almost every day.
Okay. And how, and in what other ways does it affect your life besides your girlfriend finding out and raising it to your attention?
I would say that it definitely affects the way it makes it harder to relate to just other people of the other gender, other females. And it kind of distances me from other friendships and relationships I have with other people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very real, and it's not real intimacy, it's not real relationship. So you can see that how it's taking away from not only your romantic relationship but other relationships with people in your life. Who else in your life knows that you struggle with this?
I've told my parents and some of my siblings, and they've been very helpful.
They have been helpful?
Yeah, they have been helpful.
Okay. In what ways have they been helpful?
Well, I guess ultimately it's up to me. But they've encouraged me to seek help and encouraged me to stop. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're in the right spot.
Yeah.
I think that I just have to say, I think you have a really great heart for coming on and going, here's an issue that I think I need help with. You've really set the platform for that being acceptable. And I think that says so much about your character, who you are as a person. I also don't feel like, nobody's ever too far gone, but I think you're miles ahead of so many people that aren't even willing to say, here's something that I'm dealing with, and here's somebody that I care about. But even aside from me caring about this person, I don't want to have this controlling me anymore or being a part of my life like it is. And I think that you have really changed what is the norm for people that know that there might be something going on and actually going and getting some help with it. So good job, Mickey.
Thank you very much. I guess one last question that I might pose to people in the comments, or should I just call you porn coach, or what's your name?
My name's Austin.
Austin, or Mom's AF. Just kind of general advice moving forward on how to ultimately curb the addiction, and I guess what's worked for people. Yeah, that's kind of where I would leave it at.
Yeah, well, good question, man. And again, good job for coming here and talking about this and wanting to change something in your life. It's, on one hand, it's an easy answer. On another hand, it's like a super long, complex answer. But a few like tactical things, tangible things, I would recommend reading this book called Unwanted: How Sexual Brokenness Reveals Our Way to Healing. I'd recommend being in some sort of community where you can talk about this, but not only this, but to talk about what you're wanting to move into in your life. I would imagine, just like I would imagine for many women, they don't just want a guy who doesn't watch porn. You probably don't just want to not watch porn. You want to start doing something else, or you want to start living into a different vision, purpose, passion for your life. Women generally don't just want someone who doesn't watch porn. They want someone who does protect, provide, respect, honor, cherish. That's what they want. So this isn't about stopping watching porn. This is about reorienting your life in a way. Sorry, I had to block somebody. Reorienting your life in a way that's moving towards the vision of the person who you want to be. And when you do that, porn's got to go, assuming that your vision is something that's resourceful and life-giving. So how do you do that? Well, that's where the question is. I mean, I don't know enough about you, but part of it is okay, how do you change your habits? How do you modify your behavior? So you got this compulsion. Well, evaluate your life, evaluate your habits, evaluate your patterns, evaluate what you're doing, maybe what the common threads are where you are watching porn. There's probably some sort of similarities to that pattern. And then also look back into, where did this start? Like, what was going on in your family? I think you said you're around 12 years old when this started. Who was there to talk to you about sex and becoming a man, going from a boy to a man? The obvious things that are going on in a boy, and if nobody was there to guide you through that, okay, well, you learned these messages somewhere. And you, like you said, you basically have learned in part how to be in relationship with people through pornography. And it's fake.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's evaluating what's working, what's not working, what do you need to unlearn, and what do you need to learn new, and then living into that. So
Yeah,
I can go on
specifically.
and on, but yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I specifically like the part with you talking about how it's not only like stopping the compulsion and stopping the action, but replacing it with something that is worthwhile and will give me a sense of meaning and purpose. Because I guess that's a lot of ultimately what leads me to it, is when I'm feeling bad, like you just use it as a crutch and it just ends up exacerbating the problem and leading to more addiction and compulsion. So thank you very much for all the advice. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks for chatting. All right. See you, bro.
Thanks.
Somebody said, why did I ban you? I don't know. Did I ban you? Maybe another mod did. You probably did something like spammed or said something else. Sorry. Moms AF, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good,
It's
thank you.
been a while.
Thank you. Yeah, it has been a while. I've been a little sporadic lately, but yeah. I'm going to go to bed, so
I
it was
know.
good seeing
It's
you.
almost that time here too.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything new for you?
My husband found a replacement behavior.
What was it?
My husband has a replacement behavior.
Yeah. What is that replacement behavior?
He's put himself into contractor school.
Sweet. That's awesome.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
It's not just about stopping. It's about starting something else, starting something new.
And there is
Good
this
job.
strip club across the street.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Well, how are you going to deal with that? How are you going to navigate that?
It has been, well, he has actually said I could go to school with him,
Okay.
which helped with the trust factor. It wasn't like, no, you can't go.
Totally. Even
Just
the
the
offer
ability to
is
know
huge.
if I want to. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
Yeah,
That's great. That's so funny.
I know. It was, well, and there's not any other school except for, like, literally all of them in our area have something like that next to them.
Guys, I'm trying to figure out how to find the poll results on my phone, by the way. I can't figure it out. So give me a
I didn't
second.
even see the poll.
It was like 30
And
minutes ago. I put a poll up.
oh, and no, I do not have his location.
Do you want his location?
I used to have it I had it for like a year and a half after everything.
Mm-hmm. But you don't want it anymore.
And there was times I wish I didn't have it because I knew what was happening when I had it.
Yeah. I don't even know how to look up the poll results. Do you want me to make up a number?
Where's the poll? How do you?
Well, how about this? I'll put another poll up. I'll do a 2-minute poll. Is porn cheating? There we go. Poll.
Oh,
Find
I
the
see it
poll.
now.
Up there. Right.
Okay, what's the poll? Yes. Oops, sorry. My opinion. Oh my gosh, Zoe, you are the best. We have to like connect, girl. You're so funny. You could just start working at the club across the street from him. Honey, that place would be packed. I can't do that. You're so funny. Oh, you're the bestest.
Wait, Mama Rubs, how did you see that? So
What?
right now, 37 votes, 75% say yes, 24 say no. Vote in the poll, people up there. Is porn cheating? And while you're up there, hit that follow button or subscribe or
Can
whatever they call it.
you guys, can we all do Austin a solid and just get him to like 60,000 likes for the night before he
Oh
gets
my
off?
gosh.
Like, come on.
I don't know if there's time for
Tap
that.
that
You can
screen, guys.
try.
I'm just saying, like, he
You can
seriously
try.
spends so much time on here.
So much time.
So much time. And he answers so many questions for free. Yeah, get those gifts going. Tap that screen. Share the live.
Let's
You guys, there's a
go.
lot
Let's
of
go.
people that need just the conversation, knowing that you can have a conversation about it, you know?
Totally. For
Thanks,
sure.
Hannah.
How often do I do these lives? Usually like 2 or 3 times a week. You're in England. Yeah, the times are off. So I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. So I'm 7 hours different from England right now. Typically, I go on at roughly 9 p.m. my time, which is 5 a.m. in the UK. And I'm on till about midnight my time, which is 7 a.m. your time. Typically Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday night-ish. Maybe I'll come out with a schedule sometime. You can
Austin,
watch.
everybody's saying that Hannah wants to come on.
Who's Hannah?
Everybody's like, Hannah wants to come on. Yeah, like 3 people so far. Hannah, bring on Hannah.
Why should I bring
4
Hannah?
people. She gave a galaxy. I vote for Hannah. 1 hand for Hannah. I got you, girl.
Look, what that means is well, I shouldn't make assumptions, but why Hannah? It usually means it's like an OF or something like that.
Oh, really?
That's almost always what that means. Oh, no, I saw her comment earlier. She wants to give her points. Okay,
Oh,
Hannah.
I was just
Hi.
wanting to give my points as to. Oh, hi, sorry.
Hi.
But yes, I agree with you, and I wanted to kind of put it in a way of being able to describe it in an easier sense, I guess, to the average person who wouldn't agree that porn is cheating.
Okay.
So how I've explained it to people in the past, because it 100% is cheating, is that imagine if, you were in a relationship and you went into a room with a one-sided glass, right? The other people that are doing the actions on the other side, the people that are doing the inappropriate acts on the other side cannot see you, but know that you're watching it. But you on the other side of the glass are watching it. There's no difference between being in that situation than through a phone or a computer screen. So it would be the exact same thing. And I've explained it to people in that sense that they've understood it. They're like, oh, wow, yeah, I wouldn't go into a room, where they can't see me, but I can see them, they're right across from me. It's the same exact thing as, looking through a computer screen or a phone screen.
Yeah, I mean, you'll still get the same arguments back, though. Well, it doesn't mean anything. I'm not touching them. It's emotionless.
Except it rewires the brain, and we never
Yeah.
ever talk
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's a good way to put it. So thank you for sharing that, Hannah. And in my experience, that isn't enough to refute the arguments that people have, because it's not compelling enough for them to be like, oh yeah, now I think it's different. However, oftentimes it does get them to say, oh, I never thought about it like that, and then they start thinking about
Right.
it differently, which is really helpful.
Right. I also feel like the issue with porn, I don't know if I'm allowed to say the actual word, but I think that it's definitely all about the mind too, because I feel like a lot of people that are in relationships have a hard time finishing during those acts, and that it's a lot easier for them to finish while watching something. It's a mind thing. It's like they can't get into that mindset with their partner, but they can while watching something that's completely unrealistic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. It's fake.
It's
synthetic.
100% fake.
It's not real
there's
sex.
nothing. No, not at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I basically, I wanted to give kind of that analogy. And I feel like it does help a lot of people to see, the reality of it, instead of, oh, it's nothing. I'm just looking at it through my phone. I'm not touching them or doing anything. But once you put it into that perspective. I don't think that anybody's partner would want, if they're in a monogamous relationship, would want their partner to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks for
But yeah,
sharing.
absolutely. Thank you so much for doing this thing on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's really should be talked about a lot more often.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
here we are.
thank you.
All right.
Thank you. I
Bye-bye.
appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Who is this person? OBS Avila. Why do you keep putting this like red devil face in the chat?
I think he said everyone drop them.
Said what?
He said everyone drop them.
What does that mean?
I have no idea. All right, everyone drop them. I think he's just responding to the person that was speaking, maybe.
I don't know. All right, I don't get why you're doing that, OBS. I mean, if you were banned for a
Yeah,
reason,
now he's all booyah.
whatever. All right. Thanks for being here, everybody. If you like my content, give me a follow. If you don't like my content, follow me anyways. Come back and argue with the people in the comments sometime. By the way, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men dealing with unwanted sexual behavior, such as porn use, as well as women dealing with betrayal trauma, the trauma that a partner experiences after a betrayal. I have groups that meet on Tuesday nights as well as Wednesday afternoons, depending on where you're at in the U.S., and it costs $99 a month. It's a great community to be in to heal together, because healing doesn't occur until it's witnessed empathetically. Healing doesn't occur until it's witnessed empathetically. So just
We're
think
almost
about
at
that.
60K, Austin.
What's that?
We're almost at 60K, my friend.
Yeah, and then we'll get to 60K and you'll be like, we need to get to 90K.
No. Everybody hurry up. Austin's going to get off. Hurry, hurry,
Listen,
hurry.
all
Tap,
right,
tap, tap,
fine.
tap, tap.
No, I'll stay on until we get to 60K. I told my wife I would wake up at 6. That's a new thing I've been saying. I've been telling her what time I'll wake up, and then I make
Oh, I
breakfast.
love that.
Well, I hate it, but
Yeah.
I'm not a morning person, especially not when I'm on TikTok until 12 or 1 o'clock. 60K, we
Yeah.
did it. Anyways, you can schedule a discovery call with me, a link in my bio if you want to chat more about your situation. If you're feeling like you don't have a voice or you don't have power. One thing that I love is standing with women, betrayed partners, to not tolerate the bullshit. And you might not know how to have that conversation with your partner, but let's chat about it. And if you're been watching pornography for a while, well, there is hope for you. Okay. Yeah. So if you're a betrayed partner and you're like, I have no idea how to navigate this, I'm telling you, you can. I promise you, you can. So I'd love to walk. We in the community, Cowboy Bunny Beep, appreciate it. 10 out of 10 recommends. She knows. Love to chat with you. So, anyways, until next time, thanks for being here, everybody. Make it a great day or not. The choice is always yours. Until next time, we'll see you. Bye-bye, everyone. Good to see you, Moms AF. See ya.
Thanks for what you do.
Yep. Bye-bye. All right. See you, everybody. Bye-bye.